Good day. It's a beautiful spring here in Sweden right now. And today I am going to share my thoughts and experiences about vocational education here in Sweden. Our Swedish government here talks a lot about how unemployed people should educate themselves, retrain, and switch their careers. It could make sense. I'm not against in learning new skills, and I think it's very important. But what about educations? Do they really work? I went through a vocational program myself that promised that 9 out of 10 students get a job after graduation. So for me, it sounded like future-proof industry and something stable to invest in. But did it turn out the way I hoped? That's what I'm going to talk about today. I've always been an artistic person, a creative soul. When I was a child, everyone encouraged me to continue the artistic path, and I truly believe that's where I would find my future. But when I became an adult, I realized it wasn't that simple. I applied to creative programs for 6 years without getting accepted anywhere. So eventually I thought it has to be my turn now. So when I found a vocational program in AR, augmented reality and virtual reality, the technology of the future. So they had a great marketing that this would be a promising future. I really went into that. I was accepted. I also had a baby at that time and needed something I could do remotely. So I felt that could be the perfect solution. But pretty quickly I felt that something was off. The pace was extremely slow. Many students were unserious, didn't take responsibility. Some didn't show up, and it was hard to collaborate with some people. And the program coordinator was disorganized and had no clear plan for what we were supposed to learn. And 3 months, I sat there thinking, what have I actually learned here? What am I paying for? But I kept going. I had a child to take care of, and I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to finish the education, and I also wanted to believe that it could get better. So I eventually started to learn 3D design on my own in Blender outside school hours to make myself more attractive to employers. And honestly, I learned more on YouTube than in the actual program. Then came the next warning sign, the internship. It was almost impossible to get an internship placement. And when the school finally arranged something for me, because I couldn't find an internship on my own, it wasn't really a real internship. It was an unpaid work with no supervision. And without a good internship, it becomes very difficult to get a job. When I graduated, I started applying for jobs, but there were barely any job listings in the field I had trained for. I contacted companies directly, sent my portfolio, my diploma, my everything I got, but I never got a response, not a single one. Now it's been 4 years, and I've completely left that career behind me now. But it feels like the entire program was a huge scam because the education never gave me what it promised. In this situation right now, there are so many desperate people who want a job. There are many who take advantage of that. And I wouldn't say that all the education are bad. I think we need to be mindful that there are many people now taking advantage of desperate, unemployed people. And many of them here in Sweden, they earn up to 100,000 crowns per student they enroll. So there's a lot of money to be made here. I feel like I have the skills to work as a digital designer or a 3D designer today. I am enough. That's how I feel anyway. But the job market always demands 3 to 5 years of experience. And how are you supposed to get that experience when no one gives you a chance? I heard also now afterwards that it's very difficult to get a job in the creative field right now. And I wonder if you want to work in this kind of creative field, it's almost as if you're forced to start your own business. And that is what I am trying to do right now. As if it will be the only way in to do something I really enjoy and to just have an income. Do you think that education is the path to a job today? But I believe there are so many ways to educate yourself. There's so much information just available now on YouTube and internet with AI. There's so many good opportunities today to self-learn.